Tuesday. I'm just going to have a little chat. I've had to put some meditation music on in the background to calm myself down because I ended up being a big old hypocrite. I guess I was triggered by something yesterday, and I just try and want to speak my way through it without being a hypocrite. For some reason, I've never bought into, and by that I don't mean believe, I just mean attached it as a fixed belief system to myself in the Mandela effect. And I've done a couple of videos over a year ago talking about it now. I was thinking about another video that I did as well. It's funny because I've done a lot of internal growth, but what I've been saying hasn't really changed ever, since I've been doing these videos. I was talking in this old video about how these conspiracies, they are traps within themselves which stop us from ascending our consciousness higher, and they keep us in these fear frequencies with the division of us v them. And so obviously this coronavirus has enhanced that perception. So this other video that I did about 18 months ago, it was called something like Angry Truthers and the Illusionary Nature of Reality. And that's what I'm feeling again. It's kind of more poignant now than it was then due to the coronavirus, but it's sort of these people or these researchers or whatever, these angry truthers who are definitely not vibrationally emitting any kind of love or peace or wisdom, and they're spouting off these messages of us v them, which enhance the whole duality and the whole game. So I've been wondering whether the whole trick of this whole coronavirus is to be involved in any way. I've spent quite a long time over these last few weeks looking into it, looking into immune systems, the medical system, blood cells, all sorts of things. I've spent quite a lot of time on it, and I've been aware as I was doing that it was potentially the wrong thing to be doing, but I have a fear of missing out, which I'm trying to address. So I've been sort of aware of how in and out of it I've been. But over the last few weeks, sort of just getting to this point where I'm like, only thing that matters is to feel good within, and so, onwards and upwards. So what's happening, I feel like, is obviously due to this coronavirus and all this shit and all these bits of information that we're grabbing hold of, and I'm always aware that us as humans, we get the information and then we interpret it and we animate it, we bring it to life. Then it becomes autonomous, the thought form, that idea becomes autonomous with consciousness and attention and people talking and thinking about it. So when I'm always, I'm talking about, I'm always saying the same thing. It's like we're doing this to ourselves, and I don't just mean how we're feeling right at this present moment. I mean how we're creating the future timelines on the internet through the conspiracy theories that we are talking about and giving validity to. So it's this very strange paradox, and I've been trying to disentangle myself from it. So I listened to a video last night. Again, sort of things come in at the right time for you, don't they? And I'll put it down, it's a Rebel Wisdom video, and he's talking to this guy called Charles Eisenstein, and they're talking about the myth of the conspiracy. So I found it really interesting. They were talking about the conspiracy myth is part of the epidemic of control, where we conspiracy theorists are all going, someone's behind the scenes pulling all the strings, whether that's elites or Illuminati or reptilians or interdimensionals or government or, whoever it is. There's an us and us v them. I've done tens of videos about this whole concept of duality and trying to extract yourself from it, which is fucking fucking annoying, because then, you know, this happens, you're shoved back into it again and you're trying to swim your way out of it going, doesn't really matter. But, so, yeah. So he was talking about how, you know, the conspiracy myth, it comes from the authentic, accurate perception that institutions have betrayed us, government, schools, education systems, medical systems, all that. We're all becoming aware through the age of information and the internet that there is corruption and that institutions have betrayed us. But he was going on to say that, you know, it's more often than not, the suppressing of information and the corruption, even though it does happen, you know, more often than not, it's unconscious and systemic, you know. So it's like he was saying how it won't solve the problem by removing the bad actors. So it's like, you know, these structures, these institutions, they're the problem. Not necessarily the individual, and it doesn't even mean that every individual involved is corrupt either, you know. So how this psyche sways from one worldview to another, just from consuming information, is what he was saying is like kind of like it's a loop, it's where you started anyway. And that the point is that the conspiracies spark off some kind of initiation within you, into the awakening, you know, and that we have to get into that stage after the initiation of the awakening via conspiracy, where we are happy to not know anything, to be in the unknowingness, and that's all I know. The more I think I know, the more I know nothing, you know. The only thing I know is that I know nothing outside of myself, you know. All my knowledge is within, and that's all it ever will be, you know. So yeah, it was making me think again, because yesterday I got myself engrailed in a bit of 3D bullshit, watching bloody mainstream news about this aide to Boris Johnson, this Dominic Cummings, who I don't know what his history is, but people seem to hate him and want him out, and blah blah blah, all this crap, all these it was almost like bear baiting yesterday. I saw the reporters and the journalists, and you know, it's all everything's sort of you know, base level reality is sort of ran by the media, and you can see that happening. So it was funny, because I was just thinking about, yeah, you won't solve a problem by removing bad actors. Everyone in England over here, they're all going wild trying to get this one guy to resign, you know, as if he's Satan. Again, I don't know anything about him, and if he's a bad guy, then fucking whatever. But it's like, you're not going to solve the problem of the coronavirus and the government's fucking stupidity by removing Dominic Cummings, whoever he is. Same as you're probably not, you know, if you remove Fauci, or even if someone shot Bill Gates, probably don't mean that, you know, his ideology or empire or infrastructure won't carry on without him. It's the ideology of control. So this is what always bothers me. It's that, you know, we're unwilling to be in the unknowingness, where probably, you know, if there is any objective truth, it will be in that midstream between Sheeple's view and the view where everybody is corrupt and evil, and it's a scary place to live, you know. So, oh yeah, all the people, they just, you know, we want to know it outside of ourselves, the search and the quest for knowledge, and we all get our glasses on. Who's the best researcher? Who came up with this first? Who found that out first? Oh, well, I thought that back in February. I thought that back in 2016. It's like, who cares? We're learning the wisdom's within, and hopefully it's all the same. It's all the fucking same. It's just getting us to know ourselves, merge with ourselves, and be the light that we are. And with that light, I guess it doesn't really come with finger pointing and giving a shit if anyone else is involved in your paradigm. So I'm hearing a lot at the moment about deniers of things, you know, deniers of Mandela effect, deniers of flat earth, deniers of the corona hoax or whatever, and it's just so childish to me. It's like, how can you be on any kind of conscious awareness game, you know, ascending or being awake or aware or knowing anything if you're perpetuating the divide and conquer, the us v them. And so it's strange because yes, there seems to be a lot of fuckery going on, but this is definitely the time to go inside, know yourselves. If you're pointing any fingers at anybody else, you know, people always say that, don't they? You point a finger and there's 3 fat ones pointing right back at you. So yeah, angry truthers. There's a lot of these angry truthers, and I just don't resonate anymore. I just have to pull myself back further and further, and I don't care what people think about me. You know, I personally get triggered when anybody else tries to insist that how they see things is the right way, you know. Accept this. It's like, you fucking accept it. Shut up, you know. If you know about Flat Earth or 9/11 or Mandela effect or anything like this, good on you, you know. Speak the wisdom, not the distractions and the bullshit. Who cares? The thing is, a lot of people do care because they're at that stage, but we use these things to help us progress inside. It's, yeah, just being triggered a lot at the moment, and it's like these people who are so paranoid as well. It's like everybody's a tranny. I went into a chat the other day, and I don't like going into chats because they feel like distractions for me. I prefer to listen to people. There's, you know, quite often a separate chat going on, so it's like you can't give either your attention because in the chat they're talking about bullshit, and in the fucking video, you know, I'm trying to listen to that. So I don't often go in, but I went in the other day just to show my support, and I mentioned something about a new Pink song, which is beautiful, and it was relevant to the video I was watching. And straight after, you know, you get people talking about, well, straight after the next comments are like, Pink, fucking male to female tranny and all that, and you know, things like that make me laugh because who knows again. But you've got all these people that are so 100% in these extreme paradigms. For me, it seems extremely unlikely that everyone in Hollywood is a male to female tranny, you know. Like, we've seen a lot of them grow up as little girls. We've seen them have children that look like them, and you know, it's too much for me. But people, they definitely go off the rails. So I'm sick of things like that, and I've realised, you know, over the last few weeks, I don't care what people think about me. I'm trying to bring through my message on my part, or my wisdom and whatever, which is always the same. You know, it's all within. The truth is within. It sounds like words, but it's true. And if you are aligned inside and you are feeling it, then you'll be living it, and we wouldn't have so much confusion as what's going on now. So, and I'm not saying not to look and not to, you know, it's like everybody has a piece, and when it all comes together, that's it. But there's no way one of us could go and find, you know, every piece. And yeah, I don't know. I'm not enjoying certain things at the moment. I think it's maybe it's just to show me, you know, sort of switch off a little bit more and say what you want, but remember that, you know, vibrationally, and the essence of what you're saying is more important than the words that you're choosing to speak. Yeah, I feel like truth is a frequency. I'm going to put a Devin Maggi video down beneath as well. And so I think what initially triggered me a couple of days ago is because this is what people do not want to hear. They don't want to hear that what they think is evil out there is their own dark within that they've not addressed. They don't want to do that. They want to always blame and attack and never take responsibility or actually really do the inner work, you know. It's all about finding the external knowledge and pointing the finger. So, and Devin Maggi, I really resonate with him on his message, on his essence, and he's been banging the same drum for a while as well, and I don't feel like they're ever received well. Like, what's received best usually is, I don't mean received best, but, you know, what goes down well on the internet is drama and fantasticalising everything, throwing glitter on everything and making us and everybody else feel, I don't know. And that, you know, actual truth, that we are creating everything ourselves and we're halting ourselves. The only problems are our own demons and our own fails and levels of perception. Then, you know, we can get through anything, but there is a big split, and I don't feel like that should happen. I feel like it should be the merging, not necessarily the split. And so, yeah, one extreme to the other. But yeah, I feel like sometimes people don't actually get it. They don't get it. And again, I sound like I'm judging. Maybe I am, but yeah, I'm sick of irrelevancies and aggression and finger pointing from people who should know better. We're here to help each other, and we're definitely not here to try and get anybody else to see things the way we do. Yeah. Bye.